Hi, this is Susie for Shiny Tech Digest. I'm here with the BlackBerry Storm. It's the second part of my two-part review. First up, can I apologise about the fact that I look like this? I tried to make myself look a little bit more human, and it turns out there's nothing that can be done for me. Last night was a bit of a heavy night. So actually, come over my shoulder so that you just get to look at the phone, because it's way, way nicer today. Okay, so the first thing that someone wanted to know about this, let's bring the screen back, is it laggy, is it slow, is it buggy? And what, in my experience, it fits and starts. Occasionally it will be a bit slow to bring something up, and also I found that this menu button here, which is one of the hard buttons, sometimes you have to hit it a couple of times in order for it to recognise. Now, the first thing that obviously BlackBerry is very well known for is the email system, and I have to say the email on this is pretty fantastic. If you hit the menu button, you can do things like, let me find it, there you go, search by sender, search subject, which makes it really, really easy to find all the messages from someone like, say, Twitter, which is very easy. It's also push email, which means it's pretty instantaneous, which is great. Writing messages, if you have it in portrait mode like this, you get this sure type. Now, I found that this can actually be quite difficult to use. If it's fine as long as you get the right word, but when you get the wrong word, you have to go back and change it, and it all gets a little bit complicated. If you change it to landscape, like so, and that occasionally can be quite slow as well, you get the full QWERTY keyboard. Now, this takes some getting used to, because when you press the button initially, you'll see that, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a blue glow that goes over it, and that indicates which button you've hit. What you've got to remember is that you haven't actually hit it until you click the screen like that. So it's like, for instance, there I was trying to go for the J, the H lit up. You have to check where the blue glow is before you hit the button in order to actually get some degree of accuracy on this keyboard. Now, apart from that, you'll find that there's a 3.2 megapixel camera with flash on the back there, and if I hit this side button, there we go. I did find that actually the camera can be quite slow in focusing, and but once it has, there we go. It's a decent camera phone. It's 3.2 megapixels. If you want a camera phone, go and get yourself a Cybershot. But that one, it's okay. And actually, here's a picture I took earlier, ka-ching, of the lovely Katie. Now, elsewhere on this phone, you'll find that there's a browser. It's actually by far the easiest browser that I've seen on a BlackBerry device, because they can be a bit of a nightmare. One weird thing I did find with this, and I don't know if this is a Vodafone thing or a RIM thing, but when I put in the address of Shiny, it didn't come up. When I searched on Google for Shiny, it came up. So that was, there you go, and I've hit the menu button and the menu hasn't appeared. Here we go. So you do have to be a little bit patient with it. You might get used to seeing the small clock move around, indicating that it's thinking about doing something, and eventually it will do so. Now, how it renders a page, Shiny. It's relatively slow, not a fantastic signal in this corner of the office, but what I did like is actually on this, it's pretty much just got rid of the adverts. I think my bosses would hate that, but as far as looking at pages are concerned, it does make it quite easy. If you want to zoom in, you double click it, there we go, and there we go, and it will bring you the story. It's quite a nice browser to use. It's not as easy as the Safari browser on the iPhone, but it's still pretty damn easy. Someone else mentioned, when I said that there's no Twitter application on this at the moment, that Twitterberry would work. Now, in my experience, it doesn't actually work. I've tried to download it, and it comes up with unknown error. So I can't actually install that. If you want to use Twitter, you do have to go through the browser, in my experience. So there we go, that's my basic review of the BlackBerry Storm. Why don't you come back over my shoulder and I'll tell you the rest. So there you have it, this is the BlackBerry Storm. It's exclusively available on Vodafone. I think contracts range from about £30 to about £55, with extensions from 2 years down to 1 year if you pay quite a lot for the phone initially. And my overall experience is that I really enjoyed using it. I was holding out for this because I'm due an upgrade and I was going to sub between this and the iPhone. Having used it, it's just a little bit too buggy. The keyboard isn't easy enough for my liking, and it has actually made me decide to go for an iPhone. Having said that, I'm not necessarily using it for business stuff, and I do think this is a great business stroke consumery phone. So it's got a lot going for it, and I do really like it, just not as much as the iPhone.